Hey, what's up, family? Hey, listen, on tonight, I want to talk about something really I learned this weekend. Something that I feel that I believe is going to be helpful and essential to us understanding the importance of knowing who we are, recognizing the people that we're connected to, and then being able to know and recognize the assignment on our life. Ready to talk about it? Let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? And welcome to the Focus on Greatness podcast. My name is Hiram Roche, also known as HR. And as always, I am always wonderfully grateful to be able to be here with you, my greatness tribe. Hey, listen, tonight I really want to kind of like dig right in to this dialogue because I feel like this week was a very important context. Like I was able to learn some stuff this week. So let me just tell you a little bit about me. I am and can be one of those individuals that when I go watch a movie or I see certain things, um, I learn from it. I'll say it that way. I am able to draw certain things from certain movies, not all, but I am one of those that love to learn from things that I watch. So this past week, I was able to go and watch Moana Part Two. No, I did not go with my boys, um, but I loved Part One. I believe it was a very, very great movie. So I went to go see Part Two and I learned some things from it. And really, what I wanted to share with you tonight is some of those things that I feel like were vitally important. Now, just for the sake of introducing this, I am not going to spoil the movie. I'm not going to give you any per se details about the movie, so you don't have to worry about any of those things. I'm just sharing with you the lesson that I learned from it. And there are, I would say, three major things that I was able to pull from this movie that I feel like was very, very important for us. Yes, we're kicking off the month of December. We got this month and this month alone to be able to kind of walk through some things before we tap into 2025. But I believe that there are some things that pulling from this movie that I believe is beneficial. I believe is very, very helpful. And in some sense, it might even help us to be able to kind of understand certain things that we have either faced in 2024, faced in other years, other time frames, whatever that is. I believe all of this will kind of help give us some context behind some things and kind of really just help us. So these three major things that we'll talk about really on tonight is that throughout the movie, there is this theme or this context that I was able to pull from. And there was these three major pieces. It was knowing who you are, your identity, the community of people that you have in this journey, as well as understanding the assignment. Now, if you watch part one or haven't watched part one, I would recommend that you go watch part one of Moana and then go watch part two. If you haven't watched part two yet and you did watch part one, go check it out. But as we all know, just from the base of the movie line, there is a specific theme that Moana has, an assignment that we would say that she has, right? And this assignment was really to the first movie was really to go after this specific stone, this heart, as they called it, which was impacting the people that she was living with, her family, her friends, her community, right? It was something that was impacting them negatively, but they needed someone to go out. They needed somebody to go and being able to do this move, this assignment, this thing for the context of being able to then save, help, rescue the people that she was, the families and friends in those contexts, right? So this was her assignment. And I don't feel like that her assignment changed. I feel like even as her journey will continue to go on, or if they choose to make other movies or whatever, I believe what we will see is that her assignment has not changed. Her assignment may become bigger, her assignment may become deeper, but I don't believe that her assignment has changed. And in the same context, this is what I pull from us for us. When we're looking at this last context, number three, which is talking about the assignment, I think what we recognize is in our journey of where we are and what we're going through and all the pieces that we're dealing with, it's all connected to the assignment. It's all connected to the destiny, the thing that we're called to, the people that we're called to be able to save, help, impact in some form of way. As this greatness tribe, this is what we do. We walk in our greatness, which is the ability to be able to serve well. Every journey begins with a single step, but what if you knew exactly where that journey was meant to end? I wrote the book for people like you, people that have dreams, people that have goals, people that want to walk in their own business, create their own legacy, but just don't know where to start. This book is a handbook. It's a bunch of tools that gives you the steps that you'll need to be able to walk into the destiny, the dream, the life that you desire and should have for you. And start with the finish in mind. You'll discover how to redefine your purpose, build on actionable roadmap, and stay focused on the outcome that truly matters. With practical advice, real-life stories, and a faith-driven approach, Start with the Finish in Mind will equip you to set clear, purpose-filled objectives, navigate challenges with resilience, and build a legacy that you'll be proud of. Start with the Finish in Mind by Hiram Roche, your guide to purposeful living and lasting success. Available. And this ability to walk in our greatness allows us to be able to get to the help us impact in our assignment, help us be able to touch the people that we're assigned to, and walk in the destiny and the call that we have on our lives. But what I believe, based on even just again from the lesson, what I believe is that some of the storms and some of the challenges and some of the things that we have went through, even in this season of our lives, some of these challenges that we have went through may feel like it has taken us off course. It may feel like it's not what you thought it was going to be. It does not look the way that you thought it was going to look. It is not walking or happening the way that you thought it was going to happen. So it looks like you are off course. It looks like you're not on the course of life that you thought that you were going to be. It's not looking like the people that you thought was going to be there. It's not looking like the friends that you thought was going to be there. It's not the job has changed or your financial context has changed. There can be so many categories of things that has changed while you're going through this journey. And it can look like or even feel like that because of these changes and because of these things, maybe I'm off my assignment. Maybe I have kind of gotten off the trail and I don't know how I can fulfill this assignment when I'm all the way over here. And so I'm trying to search and go through all of these things, trying to get back into what I thought was the norm to be able to get me to my assignment. But what I realized through the lessons that I've learned is that this journey that we're on is a journey. I shared something with my mom not too long ago, and I sent her this message, and I shared with her. I said, when it comes to life, right? When it comes to life, our life journey, life takes you on a journey or a path, leads you on a way that really reality, you don't know really where you're going. If you just do life with no guidance, with no thought process or nothing like that, you'll just go through life. And life will take you wherever it chooses. But I believe that's why David claimed and looked at God as being the shepherd, the one that leads, the one that guides me, the one that is able to guide my footsteps, the one that is able to walk before me and show me and tell me where I'm supposed to go. So you have this context of when we are going through life, we're just living life, we're just flowing, and it takes us like the ocean, it takes us wherever it chooses. But when we have a focus, when we have someone that is guiding us, sometimes we think that it looks perfect, it's a straight pathway. But there are moments in that journey going towards your destiny, there are moments in that journey where you feel like you're off track, where you feel like you're off the beat. You feel like it shouldn't look like this. But what we don't realize and understand is sometimes the moments of feeling lost, the moments of feeling alone, the moments of feeling like you're off your beaten path, the moments of being able to feel the pressure of the change and the transitions of life, the moments that we are going through in all of those contexts helps us to get to the destiny. It helps us with the assignment. But what keeps us focused and what keeps us grounded is understanding who you are. Who did God make you to be? Who are you? I'm not just talking about what you do. No, that's not who you are. At the end of the day, who I am is Hiram. That's who I am. I'm Hiram. Hiram is strong. Hiram is wise. Hiram is able to hear clearly the voice of God. Even though sometimes in those times that I feel like that even though I know I can sometimes hear the voice of God clear, there are times that I feel like I miss him. There are times that I feel like, I don't hear him at all. Like there are moments that we go through this, but I know who I am. I am his and he is mine. Even in moments where I don't want to accept who I am, the reality is I know who I am. And so because I recognize who I am, it allows me to be anchored because my identity is not a standalone thing. My identity stands in him. So I know who I am because I know who he is and I know where I stand in his relationship. I know where I stand when it comes to God. I know where I am when it comes to him. So my identity, knowing who I am is vitally important in the journey of going after your destiny. But then here's another key that I found out that in this part of your journey, I don't know if you're like me, right? Like me, I've had so many dynamics that have changed, right? I have had so many contexts that have changed. But even in the midst of these contexts, here's the important part that I'm realizing that in the midst of the change, in the midst of your elevation or another level that you're walking in your assignment, right? In this next moment of things, there are going to be people that are going to be assigned to build you in this next season. In this season, there's going to be a community of people, not a whole bunch, because I ain't one of them people. I don't need a large crowd. That ain't me. I'm a very, very private person. I do not need no large crowd of friends talking about we chilling every weekend and we got to go do this. That is not who I am. I got my friends. My friends know who we are and know where our relationships stand. And we talk when we talk and we walk when we walk. Like this is how we do. So I ain't one of them people. But what I realize is that there are people that God is going to bring. The scripture says that God adds people to your life and he adds them to your life for a purpose and a reason because everything that he does is for the purpose, is for the assignment. So there are certain people that he's going to add to your life because it's needed for the assignment. There are certain people that are going to be adjusted out of your life because of the assignment. There are certain things that need to happen and need to be transitioned into because of the assignment. And here's the context. The people that God brings around you in this season, the ones that God are gathering or has gathered around you in this season, it's a twofold. You are impacting them and they are impacting you. I'm going to say that again. The reason why he's bringing these people into your life in this season of your life is because they are impacting you and you are supposed to be impacting them. Your assignment stirs them and their assignment should stir you. There is a mutual context that is helping one another get to the destined place. Now, their destiny might be connected to yours and it might not. Their destiny your spot might just be a stopping point for them to get to theirs. But the reality is, it's to help us get to the destined place. Because again, I understand who I am and I understand what my assignment is. I understand who I'm assigned to. So let me ask you this. Do you know yours? Do you know who you are? Again, now I don't care about your money. I don't care about what type of job you have, what type of car you drive, what type of house you live in. I don't care about if your business is blowing up and you're doing all these wonderful things. You got a grand ministry. All of that is wonderful. But who are you? This is how I've come to realize and understand some things in my journey, just in my journey. I'm not one of them people that I'm gonna be sitting here boasting like I've been doing a whole lot of big things. That is not who I am. Here's the reality of what I've learned. I have went through seasons where I have gotten so wrapped up into a title, I got so wrapped up into a position, I got so wrapped up into certain things that the thing became who I was. And when the thing changed, when the thing was no longer a part of my life, when that title left, when that position was gone, then I'm standing here empty because I did not know I lost who I was. So who we are is not the thing that we do. Who you are is who you are. It's the person you look in the mirror every morning, or should be looking in the mirror every morning. That's who you are. You, that strong, wise, loving individual. You. That's who you are. Do you recognize that? And once you get to the point of where you can say, listen, I'm not perfect in understanding who I am. Neither am I, because I don't know all of who I am. I know aspects of who I am, but I don't know all of who I am. So, in the context of me saying, listen, I'm recognizing this is who I am. I'm recognizing that, God, that you are bringing individuals in my life that are helping me, that are supposed to help me for the assignment that you have called me to. But then also understanding that I recognize what my assignment is. I think we'll probably have a conversation about just the assignment. When we recognize the assignment, I know what my assignment is. For a long time, I'm being very honest, for a long time, I did not know. Then when I start to see and realize and understand some clarity of what I felt like my assignment was, then being honest, I was scared to be able to walk in it. But I'm realizing what my assignment in, and every storm that I face, every challenge that I have had, even in this year, every low moment in my journey, every moment that I felt like I was high up, doing good, whatever portions of things that I felt, the moments where I felt depressed, the moments that I felt anxious, the moments that I felt happy, the moment I felt good, the moments I felt peaceful, the moments I felt unpeace, all of those moments help me in my assignment. God is not the one that's creating these negative moments and these bad moments. But what he does do is he takes advantage of those moments because he recognizes and understands these moments help to shape the person for the assignment. So I know who I am. I recognize and I'm paying attention to the people that God is bringing around me. And then I'm understanding and I'm walking in the assignment. My assignment. My assignment is to help restore people, help restore relationships, help restore, and I'm talking about relationships, I'm talking about in so many different categories. People's relationship with God, people's relationships, talking about friendships, people's, intimate relationships, all of these contexts, relationship with themselves, but even other pieces. My assignment is to help restore people to the place that God has called it to be. That is my assignment. I help people get to where they're called to, where God ordained their lives to look and to be. That's what I'm supposed to do. Now, have I perfected it? No, I have not at all. But I know that that's a part of my assignment. And it just looks in different facets. It will show itself in different ways. But that is my assignment. I know the people that go with that assignment. I have an assignment. And I'm assigned to a group of individuals that need restoration. So I understand the assignment. I understand who I am. And I'm watching and I'm seeing the people that God is bringing into my life. Those that are coming up, that are popping up, that are being connected to my life in this season. Some people that wasn't even a part of my life at one point in my life. There are people in this season that God is bringing into my life for the purpose of they're supposed to be there for the assignment. Some people going to be there forever. Some people going to be there for some seasons, but they're a part of the assignment. So I understand who I am. I understand who he's bringing around me, but I also understand the assignment. And no matter the storms, no matter the moments I felt lost, I felt off the beaten path, I feel all of these things, I understand at the end of it all, that this is all for the destined place that I'm called to go and I'm called to do, and the people that I'm called to impact and help. Here's a major part that I do not want to make sure, I got to make sure I don't leave this part out of this conversation. Because there's one thing that changes the whole dynamic. And the thing is, are you willing to die for what you're assigned for? Yeah, you understand who you are. And there are going to be moments in the storms of life where you're going to question a lot of those things. When you go through those storms, you're going to need the people that God has assigned to your life in this season. While you're going through the storms, you're going to even question the assignment that you're called to. But here's the reality. Are you so anchored into your assignment? Are you so anchored into this destined place that you're supposed to go that you're willing to die for it? Jesus came understanding his assignment. And he said, listen, I understand my assignment so much. I know who I am. And I recognize and I see the people that he's gathering, that I've gathered around these 12 or more disciples to be able to do and help in the assignment that's on my life. And I'm willing to die for it. And he did. And he got up with more power, with more strength, because he understood who he was. He recognized the people that was around him. He understood his assignment. And he was willing to put his life on the line for it. Are you? Sometimes that's difficult when you don't really understand the assignment. Sometimes that's difficult when you feel like you're doing this thing alone. Sometimes it's difficult when you really don't know who you are and you really don't believe in who you are. But I promise you, there's moments that it's going to get hard. There's going to be storms. Some seasons, it'll feel like storm after storm after storm. But I promise you, anchor in who you are. In certain moments of seasons of those times, lean on the people that's around you. And just don't lose focus on the assignment. And you'll see, you'll get to the destined place that you're assigned and called to. I love you all, family. And I'll see you next time right here on the Focus on Greatness podcast. Talk to you later.